Hello, dear listener. I am here, and today Daniel and I are going to talk about something simple but also very powerful: how to talk about yourself in English. At first, it might sound easy, and we all know who we are, right? But when someone asks, "So, tell me about yourself," suddenly our minds can go completely blank. Oh, yeah, that's me. Every time I heard that question, I panic inside. I think, what should I say? My name? My age? My whole life story? And then I just say something very short like, I'm Daniel, and from here. And that's it. And that's just a common feeling. Many learners think they need something long, complicated, or impressive. But in reality, talking about yourself is not about listening facts. It's about connections. When you share even a little piece of your life, we give other person a chance to see you as human, not just a student or a stranger. So less about information and more about connection. Exactly. Let me ask you, Daniel, when you meet someone new, what do you really want to know about them? I guess I want to know what kind of person they are. Like, they are kind, were they funny? Do we have something in common? Yes, and most of the time we discover that not through long description, but through small details. For example, if someone tells you, I love cooking pasta with my grandmother, you immediately you know something about their family, the culture, and even the personality. It's short, but it feels alive. That makes sense. But Emma, I still feel nervous. What if my English is good enough? That's the fear so many learners carry. But let me tell you something the listeners know. People don't remember your grammar. They remember your smile, your kindness, your small stories. Your English doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be real. Haha, that feels comforting because honestly, I thought I had to speak like a native speaker. Not at all. Think of talking about yourself like offering a small gift. Even one small two sentences can be enough to open the door. I give. I like that. So in this episode, we are going to explore how to talk about yourself in ways that feel simple, natural, and feel apart. And we also reflect a little because talking about yourself isn't only English skill. It's also about knowing who you are and being brave enough to share it. You mean when I learn to say more about myself, I also learn more about myself? Exactly. And that's why it matters. Let's begin with something very important. You don't need big, complicated words to talk about yourself. In fact, the simpler the words, the warmer the connection. That makes me feel better already. Because sometimes I feel my English is too basic. Like I only use same words again and again. And that's okay, Daniel. Think about this. When a child says, I like dogs, it's simple, but you immediately learn something about them. You, you see the picture of the who they are. That's the power of simple language. So I don't need to say I have a broad down appreciation for domestic animals. Definitely not just I like dogs or I love playing with my neighbor's dog. That's more than enough. I guess people often try to hurt, right? Yes, because they want to sound smart or avenge. But in real life, people want to connection, not perfection. Even short sentences like, I'm from Mexico, I love music, I like running into the morning. Tell a story about who you are. You know, I once met them a party, and she only said, Hi, I'm Emma. I love coffee. And instantly, I smile because I love coffee too. That's exactly it. A few simple words, and suddenly you feel close to a stranger. But Emma, sometimes I worry. What if my words are too boring? I like music. Everyone says that. The good questions. The series is add one little detail. Instead of I like music, you could say I like music, especially jazz in the evening, or I like music when I'm cooking. That tiny details make your English personal. Oh, so I can take one sentence and I want one more piece. That makes life. Exactly. Let's practice right now. Tell me something about yourself, but keep it short. Okay. I like football. Great. Now, add one detail. I like football, especially when I watch my father. Beautiful. Do you see how the second person already feels like a story? Yeah, it feels more real and also more emotional. Yes, because when you talk about yourself, you are not only giving facts, you are sharing feelings. And feelings always create connection. I think I understand now. I don't need to make big speeches, just small true details. Exactly. And here's something else is to remember. Repeating simple words is not about problem. If you say I like many times, that's fine. With practice, more words will come naturally. That takes so much pressure away. Dear listener, maybe you also once feel your English too simple. But trust me, your simple words are powerful. They are enough to make a friend, to tell a story, to open a heart. I think I want to try this a few people now. Just simple sentence with small details. And that, Daniel, is the beginning of connection. So far, we are talking about your short, simple sentences. But there are another step you can take. Sharing small story. Stories are wonderful because they don't just tell people what you like. They show who you are. Small stories. But Emma, what I think stories imagine something long like a book or a movie. I don't need a novel. Even 2 or 3 sentences can be a story. For example, I love baking. Last weekend, I tried making banana bread, but it came out too hard. My brother laughed, and we ate it anyway. That's a story. It's short. It feels alive. I like that. It feels human, not perfect, but real. Exactly. Stories make people see you. And in English, stories are easier than you think. You just need 3 parts. You like, a small moment, and how you felt. Okay, let me try. I like swimming. Last week summer, I swam in the lake. It was very cold, but I felt happy. Perfect. Do you feel how it suddenly paints a picture? Yes, I can see it in my head. That's a magic of storytelling. When you share a story, even a tiny one, people imagine with you. And then they feel closer to you. But Emma, sometimes I think my boring. I don't have exciting stories. Daniel, many people feel that way. But listen carefully. The best stories are not about big adventures. They are about small, ordinary moments, like making breakfast, walking to school, or laughing with friends. What makes a story special is your feeling inside it. That makes me think. I remember one time I missed the bus to school. I had to work in the rain and my shoes were full of water. At that moment, I feel so unlucky. But now, when I look back, it's kind of funny. Exactly. That's a perfect small story. You see, we just discovered something about you. You can laugh at yourself. That tells people you're humble and lighthearted. I never thought about it that way. Stories are windows. Through them, people don't just see your actions, they see your heart. And then you practice telling little story in English. You're not just learning vocabulary. You're practicing how do you show your personality. That's feel important. You become sometimes invisible when you speak in English. Like I'm only giving information, not really showing me. And that's why storytelling matters. It's help you feel visible. It's help you say, this is me. This is my life. And I think want to practice this. Maybe I keep a small journal and write tiny stories about my day. That's a beautiful idea, Daniel. And dear listener, maybe you can try that too. Write or tell one little story each day. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just let it be true. And maybe one day, I will share those stories with other people. And that, Daniel, is how people begin to really know you. Daniel, can I ask you something? Do you ever feel nervous when you have to talk about yourself in English? All the times. My heart beats fast, my hands sweat, and my brain suddenly forgets all the English I know. Yes, that's a common experience. Many learners feel the same. Being shy or nervous isn't a sign of weakness. It's my body saying this feels important. But sometimes I feel like my nervous is stronger than me. I want to speak, but the words just don't come out. I understand. And here's something that might surprise you. Being nervous can actually be a gift. A gift? Really? Yes. It means you care. You want to connect. You want to be understood. That shows your heart in the right place. The trick is not to fight the nervous, but make friends with them. Make friends with my nerves. That sounds strange. How can I do that? Try this. And next time you feel nervous, tell yourself, and this is my body giving me energy. Take a deep breath, smile, and use that energy to speak, even just one sentence. So instead of saying, I'm scared, I can say, I'm excited. Exactly. That small change in words can change how you feel. I like that. But Emma, what if I still feel too shy? Like I don't want to say anything because I think people will judge me. Oh, Daniel, I think many listeners feel the same. Here's the truth. Most people are not judging you. They are usually too busy worrying about themselves. That's so true. And remember, you don't need to say much. Even a small smile, a short hello, or a simple detail about yourself is enough to start. Step by step, your confidence grows. You know, when I think about it, the moments when you are most nervous and we still try, those are the moments I feel proud later. Exactly. Bravery is an absence of fear. It's speaking even while you feel afraid. This makes me want to try more. And dear listener, maybe you can remember this too. When you feel shy or nervous, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It means you are about to grow. I think you write that down. Nervous means I'm going. That's beautiful, Daniel. And it's true for all of us. Daniel, we explore why talking about yourself matters, how simple words connect, and how small stories show who you are. We even face those nervous moments together. Now, let's talk about something very important: confidence. Confidence. That's a part I always feel like missing. It feels like some people work on with it, others are not. Oh, Daniel, nobody is born confident. Confidence is not a gift, it's a practice, step by step, moment by moment. So it's like learning to ride a bike. Exactly. At first, you wobble, you fall, you feel embarrassed. But each time you try again, your balance gets better. Speaking about yourself in English works the same way. I like that picture. So, what are small steps? One step is so practice with yourself. For example, stand in front of mirror and say, "Hi, my name is," or record a short voice message about your day. No pressure, just you practicing. Talking to myself. Yes, it maybe feel funny at first and have your mouth or your mind get used to the words. Another step is to start small with people trust. Maybe classmates or even a family member. Share one sentence about yourself. So I don't need to wait until I'm perfect before I try. I can just practice with tiny tip. Exactly. And each small step give you proof. I can do this. That proof slowly becomes confidence. You know, Emma, when I think back, the time I dared to share one little story, people smiled. They didn't laugh at my English. They listened. Yes, because people are hungry for a real connection, not perfect grammar. Every time you share, you're giving a piece of yourself, and there's always valuable. That makes me feel lighter. And dear listener, maybe you can try this too. Don't wait for the right time or perfect English. Just start today. Share one small detail about yourself with someone. Step by step, your confidence will grow like a chance of plants reaching toward the sun. I really like that picture, Emma. Growing like a plant. And remember, Daniel, and you too, dear listener, confidence is not about being loud or flowerless. It's about being brave enough to share your true self, one small step at a time. Thank you, Emma. I think I'm ready to practice more. Even if I'm still a little nervous, I'll try. And that's already confidence, Daniel. So, dear listener, today we'll talk about through something simple, deep, learning how to talk about yourself in English. It's not about long words or perfect grammar. It's about connection, small stories, and gentle courage. I feel like I've learned more than English today. I learned something about myself. And maybe that's the secret. Every time you share who you are, you also discover who you are. That's true, and it feels good. Thank you for spending time with us. We hope you carry this thought into your day with kindness for yourself and courage to share just one small piece of your story. And remember, you're not alone. We'll learn together, step by step. And until next time, dear listener, take care of yourself and keep speaking with heart.